I am here. Hello. How goes things and stuff? Today, I'm 11 minutes late, which is less late than I usually am recently. But still late. Still properly late. I'm playing American Truck Simulator. I was kind of debating whether or not playing this or Raft for whatever reason. Just had an inkling I kind of wanted to play Raft. But, yeah. But the event for this is still going. The Christmassy event, so I figure I'll do that for the weekend. I'm very, like, I don't know if I'm tired. I was gonna say I wasn't tired, but I'm not sure I am tired as much as I'm just like feeling kind of off today. Like everything's kind of like, you know, like I'm not sick, I don't think, but like I feel very wrong. I don't know. But I'm here. I may end up doing a short stream. I may end up doing a long stream. Not, well, I probably won't do a long stream. I may end up doing a normal stream. We'll see. But yeah. Alright, how's things? I'll pop the stream over to the actual picture, image, whatever. Yeah, like I said, this event's still going, so I'll probably just continue doing this. I also did put up a mod, my other mod that let me customize my cabin, so I'll probably put my things back. One reason I disabled them originally was to play multiplayer, because it wouldn't let me join the server if I didn't. But I don't know when the next time I intend to play multiplayer is, so not too worried. My music feels really loud to me. Is it loud? No, not according to the volume setting. There you go. But yeah, so we're just doing a chill day of drive and stream. Again. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to I need to pause the music while I'm in this area, because they also have music playing, which causes it to overlap badly. Yeah, since I started in the snow zone, last time I was playing, the game crashed, which is why I never finished my delivery or whatever, or never picked up my delivery. I wonder if it'll actually work, because it'll be like insanely late if it actually does work. It'll be a week late, so I'm curious if it'll actually let me deliver this. Because I can't accept a different job, apparently. Well, maybe I could. Why is my... It's not the button. There you go. Maybe I should not try to do this, actually. Maybe I'll just take a different job. I feel like it'd be a really bad idea to take this job, because I just guarantee it's not going to work. I'm at Rudolph's Crafts right now. So, probably take one of those. How's that looking? That's fine. I have delivery pending. Can I, like, cancel it, please? Can I abandon this job? Yeah, abandon that job. There you go. You don't need to keep synchronizing. I'm not done anything. Alright. I'm going to New Mexico. I'm going to Farming Town, New Mexico. wonder what did cause it to crash last time. I always hate when a game crashes without explanation. And I'm sure there is an explanation. I just don't know what it would be. Oh, my things are back. I was gonna go drive to like a a depot and like equip all the things, but they just came back when I reinstalled the mod. I didn't have to. That really startled me, because I didn't like, they just looked normal there, so I didn't even think to like I didn't even consider they weren't supposed to be there. But I noticed the dangly bit and I'm like, oh, what the heck? Why is my CB radio back? It's like, oh, alright, yeah. Oh, whatever. It's back. Driving in snow is always kind of rough. I gotta remember not to go 30 miles an hour, even though that's the speed limit. It becomes pretty hard to control if you go that fast. Maybe only if you have a container, but I have a container, so, you know. I think Marigold's is the other place I have to deliver from to finish up my event. I don't even know what the event gives. I just know that there's like deliver 15 packages total and like 5 unique depots. I've almost done the 5 unique depots. 15 gifts total is probably not going to happen. Although the event goes until the 11th of January, so maybe I'll be able to. Speed limit's meant to be the upper range of your speed in good conditions. Well, yep. We just don't pay attention to that. That didn't happen. Don't ask questions. I was not texting while driving just now. The poor pedestrian. It wasn't a pedestrian. It was nothing. It was nobody. Okay, that time it was the snow, but the snow shouldn't have caused me to have any damage. Like, that one I intentionally ran into because I was curious to know what would actually consider it like a damaging, like, structure. And it still does. Like it did last year. I don't know why they won't let you drive off the road. You wouldn't really want to normally anyway, but if there's like an emergency, you don't want to be prevented from leaving the road. Like, where's the runaway ramp, you know? What if I'm like screaming down this snowy road and I need to like I lost control of my car or my truck? Then what? Devastation. I really should turn off the do not answer my questions thing for this game, but because I kind of rant and ramble about just about everything, there is the potential I'll ask a vague question about a different game. I really should turn on my diff lock here, but it seems to be going okay. Like, that don't answer my questions is just mostly for, you know, story games. It's not really meant for all games, but because there is the potential that I'll be like, Oh man, I wonder what is going to happen in Sakuna of Rice and Ruin next time, because, you know, I think it's going to be the end of the stream, the end of the game, but, you know, it feels awfully strange to having a party, and then, you know, apparently there's a deceit happening in the background, you know, that kind of thing. Some Sakuna head comes in and be all like, well, actually, the, in Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, the final mission is you turn into a giant bird monster and you cause the ruin to all the rice. It's like, oh no, you know, rice and or ruin. True. We already had the ruin though, and we've had the rice for a while, so I assume there will be no more rice and or ruin at this point. At least I assume the ruin was the volcano erupting and causing all of my stats to go to, like, 0. Because that was pretty ruinous for me. So ruinous, in fact, that I have to lower the game's rating from a 10 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. Because of that one mission that I struggled with so much. That's how ruinous it was, truly. My otherwise stellar rating system allotments like ruined by the difficulty spike. I wonder how much a wheel peripheral costs, because I've seen Patat had a new wheel to drive with in this game. I have considered getting one, but I don't think I play this game or driving games often enough to invest in it if it's more than like 30 bucks, which it probably is more than $30. Especially if you want like pedals and stuff, I imagine. That was going way too fast, but I got it. That's what I get for trying to use the engine brake. It just doesn't really work super well. The only thing you know about Arma 2 is if you pirated it badly, then the controls suck and you turn into a bird partway through it. What? Everyone is laughing at you when you ask why you're a bird, which sounds like a nonsensical bad dream and you love it as a concept. Yeah, I like when like devs make like pirated copies of the game have like silly negative consequences. I remember that another one was like Game Dev Tycoon, I think it was. Is like you can like get several years into the game, like playing it normally, but then at some points there just becomes like this like big pirating epidemic and all your games get pirated in the game and you just go bankrupt. So it like ends up just kind of like being a demo more than like an actual copy of the game at that point. I think that's very funny. Not as funny as turning into a bird randomly in a you know, realistic war simulator. I used to... Well, I was gonna say I used to like Arma 2. That's not entirely true. I used to like the idea of Arma 2. I downloaded it. I bought it for, that zombie mod that turned into an actual game that people didn't like nearly as much, that I can't remember the name of. That's why I ended up getting it. But by the time I got it, that mod kind of died out, and nobody was really playing it anymore. So I never really got a chance to play it. I didn't care about the the war aspect of the game, like the simulating whatever, the combat simulation. That didn't interest me much. So I just sort of bought a game that I played for like an hour or two and then never played again. And it was pretty expensive at the time. Probably one of the few purchases I've like regretted for video games. How do you get into there? Is it up there? Or is it over there? No, it's up ahead. I still got a bunch of random games that I really want to play. I mean, like, that's kind of, again, that's the point of the stream, obviously, but it never stops, like, existing in the back of my mind that I need to play so many games. And it's hard to pick and choose which ones to play first, you know? Ooh, I don't like this one. This is a bad parking zone. If I go this direction, I can probably get it around the corner. I've never seen one of these for such a small store. Okay. But yeah, like a steering wheel and pedals peripheral and like a flight stick and throttle for driving and space games respectively. I've always considered getting, but I always find like one of the very few reasons I choose not to get those is like, I mean, obviously price, but because of like menuing, I just don't want to like be like using a peripheral and then have to like stop using it to go like mess with the menu. Like, that just, like, really... Like, you buy them for immersion, and you just immediately ruin the immersion to fiddle with the settings and whatever. Or, like, the menus and the options and the quests or whatever you have. I don't know. But, yeah, there's a lot of really good ones for... Especially, like, space games. There's a lot of good, like, eye trackers and stuff. And this isn't relevant, but every time I play this game, I have to mention it. Just, you know, because it is what I do. But apparently Star Citizen's adding VR to their game now, which, again, that's a crazy thing to do. That game runs, like, terribly, generally speaking. But, like, I cannot fathom why they decided to add VR. I mean, it's a cool idea, but, like, that game's, like, so badly optimized that I cannot imagine anybody, like, with, like, especially, in, like, now, with, like, you know, GPUs and RAM and stuff just getting, like, crazy out of like, crazy expensive out of nowhere. You know, because of corporate greed and whatever, and AI and all that. I cannot imagine anybody, like, actually being able to, like, build a computer that could run Star Citizen VR if they don't already have, like, the best, like, rig of all time for who knows what. This is a really bad angle. Spaceships are allowed to have sticks as well as full QWERTY keyboards. I mean, yeah, like, it makes sense. Like, you know, in, like, Star Trek and stuff, they control the ship with, like, panels. Like, I'm not saying it's, like, an impossibility. I just think it'd be cool to have, like, the stick and thruster. And, like, the eye trackers and stuff, and the head trackers to, like, you know, look around while you're in, like, dogfights and stuff is kind of a cool idea. But, again, everything's so expensive that, like, I just couldn't... Like, it's such a big luxury. That, like, even though, like, you know, video gaming generally is a luxury, it's like an extra luxury to be able to invest in something like that. It's like those people who play like Formula 1 games who have like a full like setup of like a Formula 1 like like cockpit for their like gaming rig. And I'm like, dang, that's commitment and dedication to your interest. I could not imagine. To be honest, you wouldn't be surprised if there was one inside of a modern tank, etc. Yeah, I mean, probably. Especially for, like, targeting and things. If they did it optimally, then it's possible for VR games to run better than regular computer games with foveated rendering. But no chance that's something that's clunky development-wise as Star Citizen achieves that. Yeah, the thing is, like, Star Citizen's, like, the thing that's, like, really annoying about Star Citizen is I mean, like, there's a lot of things, but, like, and again, I really enjoy the game, but it's, like, no way I'd recommend it to people. It's like, they update it with a bunch of new content, and then the performance tanks. So, they fix the performance for, like, a patch, and then they add a bunch of more content, and it tanks the performance again. So, like, every other patch that they update with, and they update several times a month, or like maybe like, you know, it's a lot anyway. Like, like every time I launch that game, I have to update it basically. And so like they fix the performance, then it gets bad again, then they fix it, then it gets bad again, then they fix it, and it gets bad again. And it's like, but the thing is, like, its baseline is like raising steadily over time. When I started playing the game like 3 years ago, or whatever. No, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know. Whenever I started playing it, it was like really early and bad. It's much better now, but the game was like just sort of. How do I explain it in a way that like isn't like talking too much smack on it? Because I mean, there's enough of that on the internet already. People like Star Citizen's like a punching bag online, and for like good reason. But like it's gotten much better, and I think it's a bit unfair at this stage to criticize it quite as heavily as it has been in the past. But I still think it's like worth criticizing. Don't get me wrong. But the like. When I first started playing it, it was like really badly optimized, but you could still run it at like max graphics, and it would look like beautiful, but like the game would like chug, you know, just because that's how the game was at the time. And like I haven't upgraded my PC or anything since then, obviously, but like at max settings and like on like when it first came out, or like when I first bought it rather, the game would like take maybe, goodness, like 10 gigs of RAM or something like that to run, which is quite a lot. But like not like an insane amount. And then once the like, you know, they kept on updating it and making it look nicer and making it like run better, and it got to a point where, you know, it ran pretty smoothly with my graphics card and my RAM, but it started using like more and more RAM over time, and the CPU, just all the settings, CPU, GPU, RAM, all of it went up slowly over time, and it's gone from like, you know, utilizing about like 60% of my CPU and like using about like 40% of my GPU and like, you know, a little bit less than half my RAM. So like now, it's like minimum. I mean, this isn't like minimum because it still works, but it like the performance tanks if you're not hitting the spec. It requires like 47 gigs of RAM or something now to run smoothly, or some absurd number like that. And like the CPU is like way outdated at this stage, so I'm not gonna, you know, ding the game for that because my CPU's old, but it'll use like 100% of the CPU and like 90% of my GPU, like at any given time, and I just can't play it anymore because the game's optimization is like not good enough, or they've just added too much stuff and you can't run the game anymore because there's too much going on. And like that's an absurd amount of RAM to use for anything. Like I have what, 32 gigs I think, like, and that can run literally any game that's ever existed except for Star Citizen, because clearly there's some optimization issues, and they're trying to do some really wacky, like really advanced nonsense to, like, you know, with their systems to like make it more of like a lively universe with like a bunch of stuff going on at the same time and meshing together a bunch of servers at the same time, so anything that happens anywhere is persistent across all universes or whatever. It's interesting and cool, but that's a lot of RAM, and like my 32 gigs can run the game fine at like 25 to 30 FPS, but if it goes any higher, like if I do anything else like that takes like a lot of, you know, processing power, it just tanks the FPS, right? Like I can't be around like a ton of other players because the way they render ships is like per part, so like gigantic ships have like 100 parts and they're all interacting with each other like sort of physically and like rendering separately to each other, and so your game just like tanks if you're near like 2 or 3 capital ships. It's like insane. It's such a weirdly bad optimization, and it must have something to do with like having. I'm guessing here that this is how it works. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. I assume that they don't have a way to like delete the parts of things that aren't being seen, right? You know how like when you look at a game, like the back of it de-renders so that it doesn't use up all of your processing power to render something forever. Like right now, probably the outside of my truck on like the top is probably de-rendered because I can't possibly see that. Like I can see the sides there, so that's rendered. I can't see the bottom, I can't see the top, so those are probably unrendered to like save performance. Or like the back of that mountain or whatever probably doesn't exist, that kind of thing. Whatever that word is called. It's like when you de-render an object that you're not looking at. I'm assuming that's the reason why the performance is so bad in Star Citizen, is because they're so proud of their ships that it's always rendered all the time. And there's so many people and so much space around. Like each ship is like a building, right? So you have like 10 people in like the same zone, and that's, you know, 10 buildings floating around in space interacting with things. And like, you know, people's like exist on those buildings at any given time, so they have to like, you know, mathematic the physics away, you know, and that clearly uses up some of the RAM and stuff too. Anyway, it's really annoying, and I think that's probably what's causing it, but they gotta figure out a way to make it better, or they're just not gonna have anybody. Like, there's going to be a point, like every year they get more money, right? Because like every year it's like record-breaking profits because people are seeing the game being more complete than it used to be, and they're adding more stuff, so people are buying into it finally. And of course the old heads are still buying ships and stuff for fun to support the project, whatever. And so like they keep getting record-breaking profits, but there's going to be a point where people like me that can't afford to upgrade their rigs are just going to stop playing the game altogether. And like I can't upgrade or buy new ships because I can't afford to upgrade my PC. New players coming in aren't going to be able to afford to like upgrade their, you know, mid-range like rig to like top of the line to run this game, and only this one game, right? They got to figure out something to do with that optimization, or they're just going to lose a player base. They want like a life simulator in space that you play for like years and has like it evolves over time, but it needs to be optimized enough to enjoy the game. And like people will like tell you that it's for what they're trying to do. It's really well optimized, but like my computer isn't like it's not a slouch. Like it's like, you know, it was a monster rig like 5 years ago. Like technology hasn't advanced that much since then to like completely make my PC obsolete. Like I said, I can play most games as long as they're not like really badly optimized. I can play most games perfectly fine still from my, you know, 5-6 year old PC, however old it is now. So it's clearly something to do with that they need to address it. But I mean, they obviously have other priorities, and I guess there's a level of like I can kind of understand why they wouldn't address it until the game is feature complete, because otherwise you're just adding a bunch of nonsense to the game that you still have to like then optimize after you've added it. So it makes more sense, I guess, in quotations. I don't know. It makes more sense to add a bunch of crap that's unoptimized than optimize it all at once at the end, but at some point it's going to become completely unplayable for people who have, like, less than top-of-the-line PCs, and it's getting there really quick. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't have a, 50, 80, whatever the hell, like, RTX with, 64 to 128 gigs of RAM to run a single game that I play once, like, a week for 4 hours, Anyway, that's the end of my rant, probably. Unless somebody says something, in which case I'll bring it back up, but that's the end of that rant for now. Hey, Egg Sandwich, how you doing? Brooke. Yes. Fovea is the area of the eye where you see details, the center of your vision. Oh, right, yeah. I heard I heard that the Steam's new VR headset was making like a really good, like, optimized sort of Fovea streaming thing going on. So like, it streams at like a really amazing frame rate because it like tracks where your eyes are looking and like, refines the image in the place that they're actually looking, and then lowers the quality elsewhere, so it makes a really smooth picture, something like that. The term is unrelated to FOV. The rest is only seen vaguely, and the grain fills in the gaps. Yeah. 10 full minutes of ignoring chat, shaking my head. Look, when I get on the Star Citizen rant, the chat gets ignored. This is known. I do like one Star Citizen rant every other truck stream. This happens, alright? It's genuinely one of my favorite games, and it makes me mad, and I have to complain about it. I need to cut that tree back. I'm gonna scratch up my beautiful paint. Been doing good. Playing Outlast Trials lately, but how are you? Am I? I'm doing all right. No, I've been better, but I'm not terrible. Outlast Trials, is that the spooky game? The spooky game with the penis? Is that one, or is that the motorbike game, or the bicycle game? Sorry, I asked 2 questions and then expected an answer. I asked 2 yes or no questions. I didn't wait for a reply. Yes, the assets like to have it out a lot. Yeah, okay. Penis? Yeah. There's like this big, like, I don't know if controversy is the word, but when there was like this horror game that got released, and one of the biggest like things that people were talking about online was they weren't sure if they could put it on YouTube or if they could stream it on Twitch, because there was a lot of thanging. So, that one. Yeah, I don't tend to play horror games that are like too real very much, and that one feels very real to me. From the vague bits that I've seen. Where I'm going? It is. But I hope it's fun, or you know, not. It's like super scary. I don't know. Maybe you want it to be scary. It is a horror game. For a split second there, it was allowed to turn in. Outlast is very real to you as well, since as soon as you see a big guy, you think you're doomed. One time your friend got pulled out of a locker and got thrown across the room? Like in real life or in the game? I hope in the game. Well, maybe not hope, but hope not in real life. That's a scary thing to happen. I assume you're in the game. Okay, it feels like a weird thing to hide in a locker randomly in real life. I'm sure it's, you know, happened often enough, but that's why they have latches on the inside to get out. Which one did I need to do? Marigolds. Doesn't really matter to me which job it is, just the place I need to go for it. Or just the place I need to do it. If a horror game isn't scary, it's not doing its job correctly. I don't fully agree, I think. It's hard, like, I think that a horror game is, like, can be, like, sort of unsettling. Like, not necessarily scary, right? Like, I think it's fine for a horror game to, like, be unsettling or, like, existentially dreadful kind of thing. It doesn't necessarily need to, like, scare you, right? I mean, it helps, like, if that's what you're looking for. Like, there's different types of horror, like, horror, I think, though. Like, I played Soma pretty recently, and that game's, like, kind of scary, but it's mostly the existential dread that I felt playing it that I think was the real sort of impact of it. Like, it had scary bits, but for the most part, it was just, like, the the consideration of what was going on in the game that kind of put me off. In, like, a good way. Am I going? Oh, Marigold's is really far away, okay. I thought I was leaving the park, and I was like, why am I leaving? Yeah, playing horror games with friends is, like, a lot better, I think, than playing them by yourself. As well, for, like, the ability to, like, you know, deal with it. Like, a good one, I think, is, like, Phasmophobia, which I do want to play at some point, but I don't know when or how. On stream, but I want to. Like, that game is, like, really scary, even with friends, if you're, like, putting yourself, like, in the universe, right? If you're, like, pretending it's real. Which I feel like is the best way to play a horror game, is sort of putting yourself in that situation, pretending it's a real thing. It helps a lot, because I play it in VR, so playing Phasmo in VR is, like, really immersive and really unsettling. And I think, like, games like that are, like, really good. I think, like, a horror game is fun if you can immerse yourself in the universe. But having friends definitely alleviates the tension somewhat. You know, except when you find your dead corpse of your friend just sitting in, like, a closet while they were, like, hiding, begging for their life from the ghost that comes to hunt them down. That's a bit unsettling. But otherwise, you know, Not so bad. I can probably turn my music back on now that the... now that I'm not near the center of town. Phasmo was fun for you, then everyone you played with stopped playing it, so you kind of left it. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Because it's not... I don't think it's very fun to play solo, obviously. But playing it with friends is definitely a good one. But then, like with any game, people will get bored of it or tired of it, you know. Or, like, they'll just move on to a different game and then not come back for a long time. Phasmo's been, like, regularly releasing updates, so I'd love to go back to it soon, but I get really sick from VR, and I really only like playing it in VR because I like the immersion of it. I feel like playing it on desktop isn't very fun because I'm not, like, scared of it, whereas when I'm in VR, I'm, like, there, and it's scary. So, like, I need to, like, be feeling well enough to play VR for, like, a reasonable amount of time without getting, like, super sick. You know, it's hard to compel myself to not be sick, you know? There's, it's a very weird thing to say, unprompted. Oh, not unprompted, but, like, in the midst of the conversation we're having. How you doing, Razix? Is the road slippery? Yeah, with the snow it is, yeah. It's really easy to lose control of the truck, you know? You've looked at several penises and you're unmoved, but the game is definitely not for you. Yes, yeah, it's, the game looks, like, properly, like, scary in a way that I'm not comfortable playing. Like, I've talked about it before, but, like, games that feel like they could be, like, a real-life situation are, like, very no-go for me. And that's one of those ones that I'm like, I don't... That one feels, like, too realistic for me to want to try. You could see VR could be good for horror games. Yeah, it's very good. Like I was saying, like especially with Phasmophobia, like I really like the VR of it. I don't want to go up that road again. I remember one of these roads is like really hard to like get up, but I don't remember which one. Yeah, Phasmophobia I would for sure recommend if you're looking for like a VR horror game. It's like enough of a game that you can like find it entertaining still. And you have, like, goals and objectives you need to achieve that aren't, like, wandering around aimlessly, like, in, like, a haunted house or whatever. I mean, it's exactly what it is, but, like, a lot of horror games kind of, like, the spookiness of it is you don't know exactly what you're supposed to do, you're just supposed to figure it out. Phasmo has very, like, specific goals that you need to, like, obtain or attain while you're playing. So I think that's a really good horror VR game, because you aren't, like, wandering aimlessly. You have, like, an idea of what needs to be done the entire time. So you kind of have a goal to work towards while also being kind of scared. You bet Outlast could have been a real thing in an alternate universe where American companies could just take people randomly, take random people for therapy. I got, like, bad news for you. Like, people getting spirited away is, for like, mental health reasons is pretty common here. Not, like, common, but, like, it's a known thing that happens sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not a game I'd be interested in, I don't think. There's there's tons of other games that like I'd rather play as well. Like even if I was interested in it, I think it's like it wouldn't be for my channel, I don't think. I don't think it would fit the vibes very well. Like, I mean, I say that as if I don't play anything but chill games, but I do play other games that aren't chill. But I think that kind of game specifically is a bit just too much. I think I'll leave that to other people to play. Like, I was having a hard time with Project Zomboid yesterday. Like, I was playing that, and I was, like, paranoid and, like, uneasy the whole time. And that wasn't even, like, close to realistic. Watch out! Thank you! Power Wash Simulator is a secret horror game. I mean, it could be. The second one especially, I haven't gotten that far in, but it feels really, like, weird and unsettling. But I think that might just be, like, conspiracy vibes more than anything. Another, like, kind of, like, secret horror game is, Hard Space Shipbreaker. Like, that's a game where you're, like, sort of, you know, it's like a capitalist hellscape where you're, like, selling yourself to a business to work off, like, massive debts for the rest of your life or whatever as a clone, but, spoilers for the story, I guess. Sorry, but, at partway through, they, like, validate your license for shipbreaking to take apart, like, haunted ships, in quotations. And it's like where AI nodes have taken over all the systems and stuff, and it's really unsettling to strip those ships when you're, like, in there. Because the AI, like chitter and talk to each other. And when you, like, take them apart, they, like, scream and, like, flicker all the lights and, like, close the doors, vent the air. Like, they do a lot to, like, try to stay alive, essentially. And it's really unsettling to, like, be stripping these ships that are, like, basically alive. But anything for profit. I'm gonna take this is a really bad turn here. Yeah, that game is fantastic, and I would recommend it to, like, anybody who likes sort of kind of chill, tedious games. And people, like, talk about how the story is really ham-fisted, but I think it's fantastic. It's like a very pro-union, like, you know, capitalism bad story. And it's, like, really in your face about it, but I think it's great. I think it really fits the game. The whole game is literally, you're like $1 billion in debt because you wanted to take a job in space that would, like, set you up for life. But, like, all the stuff you have to, like, rent and, like, pay off over time before they actually, like, become yours. And then it's just like when you, like, you have to buy your oxygen so you don't die. You have to, like, refuel your own jetpack with your own money. You gotta replace all your tools and repair them all. So when you first start the game, you're, like, slowly falling more and more into debt until you get, like, your license upgraded so you can do, like, bigger ships, and you start paying it off slowly over time. And it's a big complaint I have about that game, is that after about halfway through your debt, maybe not even that much, maybe like a quarter of the way through your debt, the story just, like, ends and it wipes all your debt. But I really wanted to, like, pay off the entire thing. I was really enjoying it, but they, like, wipe it part way. Because that's when the story ends, and it's like, okay, it thematically for the story it fits, but I really want to just work it off the whole time. With solo survival games, you feel dread. It feels like something is watching, but you know that it isn't. Just unsettling, if that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I can't think of any at the moment, but I'm sure there's been plenty of games that I've played where I've just sort of felt uncomfortable playing them because I felt like something was, like, being, like something was there that, you know, would jump out or would, like, get me or whatever. Just like a real minor paranoia, like always in the back of your head. Or eating away at your nerves. I think Alien Isolation was a really good horror game, I feel, too. Because, like, that's one where you know something is hunting you down, but you don't know where it is or when it's going to be there to get you. But you know it's there, waiting for you and learning your patterns and behaviors to, like, hunt you better. Good game, that. Yeah, I gotta figure out for sure what game I plan on playing after I beat Sakuna. I think I'm gonna go with the first Space Marine game. They released like an updated version of it, but I'm not gonna play that version because I don't have like an extra like $30 to buy it. I wouldn't want to anyway, because I already own the game, but I own the older version of it, which probably works fine. Grangeville. Still can't believe IGN gave Alien Isolation such a low rating. I don't tend to pay attention to, like, game critics at this point. There was a point like a long time ago where I realized the game critics were just kind of like not worth listening to most of the time. I don't know when it was or what game it was. It was probably like during the era of like PlayStation Magazine, where I remember seeing like a game that I knew that I enjoyed and they gave it like a low score and I'm like, maybe this isn't worth listening to at this stage. And, like, there's a lot of games that I like that I think are really good that get, like, lower ratings than, like, I feel is, like, that makes any sense. Because it has, like, messages that people don't gel with, or the gameplay kind of, like, has a weird quirk to it. Like I said, like, a good one is, like, Hard Space Shipbreaker, which I don't know what the score is, but, like, any negative reviews that game has are almost guaranteed to be either lack of modding support, or the story is too, like, in your face about its anti, like, capitalism stuff, which again I think is a fantastic story. I'm gonna be able to get in there. I mean, I'm stuck on this wall, so I guess I'll move out, but oh goddamn! Come on, really? Yeah, I know crashed vehicle offense. Don't park so close to me when I'm stuck. Like, it seems like a pretty obvious one. I can't force the AI to back up, but they were, like, right on me. Freaking $900 because I bumped into somebody who was literally tailgating me. What do you want from me here? My air brake's almost out, too. That's really annoying. Because now I have to sit here listening to the beeping sound for who knows how long. If you want to see how a game is, don't watch a review. Just watch some uncut footage of the game. That's how you do it. Yeah, I don't even do that. If I want to know if a game's good, I'll, like, find somebody that I know has a similar opinion to me, or a friend that I trust giving me opinions. And then I'll ask them, or check their stuff out. Very rarely, like, most of the times I'll know if a game is good, or if I'm interested in it, just by looking at, like, the trailer, or, like, the tags, to see, like, you know, whatever. Like, it's pretty easy for me to determine whether I like something or not. I don't even need to, like, be too picky about it. I like such a wide variety of games. Like, generally the only, like, games I think I wouldn't like are racing games and fighting games. And even then, some racing games are fine, and some fighting games are fine. And platformers. I also really don't like platformers, but if the platformer has enough sort of going for it otherwise... Oh, wow, that was a really bad turn I did. If there's, like, more than just the platforming to the game... Like, Sakuna is a platformer, and I really like the rest of that game. Like, I don't necessarily like the platforming, but the rest of the game I like a lot. The rest of the game being the the rice farming mechanic. And the combat is, like, okay enough that I don't mind it. Even if I don't love combat, in, like, platformers, I mean. The combat's, like, interesting enough that I'm okay with it. And same with, like Hollow Knight. I didn't really like the platforming aspect of Hollow Knight, but the combat was, like, interesting enough, and, like, the variation of, like, the way you could play it was interesting enough, and the story was fun. And the vibes. You know, it's all got its stuff. It was all a bunch of good stuff. Like, sprinkled in there with the platforming, you know. Okay. Let's just take it back to Marigolds. Still thinking about Outlast Trials and the frontal nudity being the objectionable part. I mean, there was definitely more to it, but that was, like, the big one that people were, like, talking about, because you don't want to get your channel banned or whatever if you're not sure if something's gonna fly with TOS. And as we're all aware in this day and age, the nudity is the most reprehensible thing that could ever exist in media. You accidentally clicked off the stream and now you have to do 9 ads. Yikes. You can't hear me, but my condolences. Actually, you shouldn't have had to do 9 ads. You could probably just refresh the page. I don't have pre-rolls. And ads are over. Unless Twitch forcefully adds pre-rolls now. Is there, like, another portal nearby that I could go to that would, like, give me some more road discovery? I mean, kind of. There's one up here. It's not like it's going to be that much. It would give me a little bit of road discovery, though. Yeah, it's always, like, really absurd to hear how many ads Twitch decides to play. Can you not keep driving? You see me blocking this path. I need you to stop, bud. Why is my truck, like, stuttering right now? I don't know how you're supposed to get out of that. I mean, I guess I could have gone the other direction and done, like, a big loop around, but I'd rather not. You better not pass in front of me. Freaking California roll out here. You'd pass on my advice of refreshing, but you're afraid of the situation where it makes them just restart the ad sequence yet again? Ugh. It restarts them and you tried it the first time you tried closing the app, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works on mobile, but on PC I expect it shouldn't matter. Like I said, I don't have pre-rolls. So they shouldn't play when you, like, refresh the stream. They should only play during my ad section, which would have been... Hold on, I can't actually see my stats. Gotta raise that little window. I actually popped my chat out earlier one time, so gotta raise that up so I can see them. Oh, it would have been like 4 minutes ago. Jiggis tracks. But yeah, it shouldn't like play ads at all. If it's not in the ad break time. I would have thought. Road work ahead. I sure hope it does. Remember that one? If you refresh the page when you're outside the run ads window, then it shouldn't serve you anymore. That's, yeah. But like, yeah, it's like, the thing is also, when the ads play, it's like really off-putting to see 9 ads come up, like, oh, you're, you know, ad number 1 of 9. And it's like, the ads are like 15 seconds each or 30 seconds each or whatever. They're not very long, but like, seeing 9 of them is so daunting. Like, if they just, like, made the ads longer and made less of them, it would be so much less, like, oppressive. Like, if I, like, go to a stream and they have pre-rolls, and I'm, like, 1 out of 7 ads, I'm like, I don't know if I want to sit here for 7 ads to watch this stream, you know? Like, I can't stand pre-rolls. Pre-rolls are good because it means that you don't have to watch any ads at all. Once you watch the first set of ads. But like, I can't stand entering a stream and seeing a ton of pre-rolls. But again, that becomes the issue that we have now, where every hour on the hour you get, you know, 3 minutes of ads, which is great for taking breaks midstream, but then you have to deal with the, you know, the 9 ads every hour. And it's like, ugh, I don't know what the better option is here. Rank Zero, hi, how you doing? There was 4 30 seconds and 5 15 seconds. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that is 3 minutes. But I mean, that's the amount that Twitch has to play every hour. Or you can roll pre-rolls. But I figure pre-rolls are worse for people coming in. Whereas the mid-rolls are worse for people staying. Like, so it's not really a winning situation, no matter what. You're gonna lose-lose, really. Hey, bud, you're breaking the law. If you can't make that turn, don't try to make that turn. Like, you didn't have the right of way. This is not an all-way stop. Like, I don't know what you were trying to do there. Dang AI. Emulating real drivers in real life too accurately. It's frustrating. Don't... What do you mean, wait? I'm like literally delivering Christmas presents. What do you mean? I don't need to wait these Christmas presents. You crazy? They're already like 4 days late. I'm in a hurry here. I think somebody's sneaking some special snow on my packages or something? Come on. I like that it's to pass the inspection, as if like there's no way to fail it. 361 days early. True. All the kids will be like, you know, oh, I asked for this last year. I don't want it anymore. But isn't that just the way? Whee! Oh, thank you. I appreciate the follow. It's very kind. Uh-oh. Oh, did you see that? I missed the sign barely. Ah, so good at... so good at avoiding hitting signs. Where's the portal at? There it is. I missed it. Luckily I don't have to refuel my truck whenever I'm doing this. These, like, present deliveries or whatever. They're not even presents most of the time. They're just, like, something else. They're like wrapped in, like, a big old gift box, but... I think most of the time it's just, like, parts or toy bits. What is this? Christmas buttermilk. I don't know what that means. What is the difference between buttermilk and Christmas buttermilk? Oh no, what happened? Don't oh no me. That makes me think my stream might have died. Oh, okay. okay. It's gonna be awful after 4 days on the back of a truck. Ooh, yeah. No, you're right. Unless it's, I mean, the truck might be refrigerated. It could be okay. One's Christmassy. True. How long do you usually leave? And this is like a rhetorical question, so you don't have to answer. I'm just sort of asking vaguely, because I have a friend who's like... it might be rude. They're not particularly competent in living life on their own. And like, you know, I thought it was kind of like... I don't know if it's different elsewhere. You're bracing yourself to be upset about food hygiene. Yeah. So, I was going to ask, how long do you typically leave, like, raw meat in your refrigerator for before you cook it? Because I'd say, like, at most, maybe 3 or 4 days. Otherwise, you put it in the freezer. Before the expiry date. Depends on how it's packaged. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I thought it was common knowledge not to leave meat in the fridge for very long. But my friend, like, had some hamburger, like raw hamburger, they left in the fridge for like 2 weeks or something while they were like preparing to like cook it. But they never got around to it. I'm like, that's obviously gone bad. That's crazy. I would not eat that. 2 weeks is crazy. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. And like I said, they're not like super competent in like life stuff because they, you know, haven't, like I said, they haven't lived on their own like until pretty recently. And like, it sucks to throw out food, obviously, especially when you're like really poor. But like, there's a point where you just gotta like bite the bullet and chuck it. even I'm willing to admit that, and, you know, I'm really against getting rid of food. But, like, I don't know. I wonder how common it is to, like, not know how long you're allowed to keep raw meat for. I'm gonna hit this wall. The truck didn't slow down enough when I was slowing down. You've seen similar amounts of time on the best before dates for some raw meats there, but it's packaged and controlled in the atmosphere. If there's any damage, it goes off much faster. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, America has, like, pretty substandard food laws, especially now that the FDA is being defunded. But, like, I feel like there's, like, a level of, like, common sense associated with, like, dealing with, you know, risky truck business, or not risky meat business. You have a Euro Truck Simulator and a game steering wheel. Do you think you should buy American Truck Simulator? Well, yeah, I mean, maybe. If you like, I don't have a wheel. I was talking about that earlier. So that's kind of part out of the equation. I'm just playing with mouse and keyboard, and I'm enjoying it great. But if you buy American Truck Simulator, you'll want to, or you'll probably have to, buy a bunch of DLCs for all the land territory. Because I think the base game comes with, like, 4 states. I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's Nevada, California, Oregon, and Washington. I think the game comes with. I'm not positive of that, but you'll definitely want to have more places to drive. It's not cheap to get all the places. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can get, like, the base game, and that's usually fairly cheap. And, like, they go on sale pretty often as, like, bundles for different areas. So you probably could get them pretty cheap. But if you're going for just the base game, and it's like, on sale, then, like, probably worth it. But you wouldn't have a whole lot to drive around. Like, even I haven't, like, upgraded to, like, all the... I can't see it now. All the territory, because it's so expensive to have to keep on, like, buying the DLCs as they come out. Because each one's, like, you know, $15, $20. Whatever it is. So I wait for them to go on sale after, like, a year or something, buy them then. But yeah, like, I mean, if you liked Euro Truck Simulator, and you have the money to buy the game and a couple of the DLCs for the extra states, then yeah, for sure I'd recommend it. If you want to drive, you know, big American trucks, which are, you know, these kinds, then then yeah, go for it. It's got good scenery, it's just more of the same, it's chill. You gotta get used to driving on the right side of the road, which I think they do in France anyway, so you'd be aware that of how to do it, you know, if you play enough. I think it's just, is it just France that does right side driving? But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a good game. It's fun. You got a lot of stuff. It's just more of the same, just in a different environment. There's a lot less roads, I feel. There's more like highways. I can't show you again. I keep opening the map to show you. There's more like highways everywhere than there is like roads in between cities and stuff. I haven't played a Euro Truck in a long time, but I remember when I played it, there was a lot more like city streets and a lot less like massive highway distances. You kind of pick a single road and drive on it for like 20 or 30 minutes. And there's no like way to turn off of it. But yeah, it's relaxing. It's good. I think if I had a steering wheel, I'd like it a lot more, too. Because I'd be able to, like, lean back, you know? And, like, you know, use the pedals to just drive instead of like leaning forward like I am now, having to reach the old gamer keys. I could play with a controller. I was doing that a while ago, but it was like hard to... I keep hiccuping, sorry. Hard to enjoy playing with a controller for some reason. Wasn't as responsive or something like that. Dunno. You can lean back and put your gamer keys on your lap. I'm afraid I cannot. My keyboard is wrapped around my monitor because otherwise the cord will be in the way of my mouse. I say wrapped. It's just like this is my monitor here. The keyboard, my PC's over there, so the cord goes like around that side of the monitor there, whereas my mouse goes from the PC to here. Similar problem with the tablet that I use to draw and also as my second monitor when I'm streaming is that, you know, scoot your cable from under your monitor. It's not worth doing. It's kind of like, the cord from the keyboard would get bent awkwardly if I put it on my lap because of the angle of the cord. Yeah, permission to pause griping about cables to do a stretch. I mean, I don't need permission to stretch, I'll just do it. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to lean... I would have to scoot the chair back and also lean back to use my keyboard on my lap. And then I would have to move my mouse onto, like, the right L corner desk bit. I'd have to move my mouse over here and lean all the way back and move my chair back to put it on my lap. And while that would be comfortable, I also have to kind of yell at the microphone now, because if I was talking at my regular volume, it would be, like, quite quiet, because I'm, like, kind of far away now. So, you know. It's possible? Yeah, it's possible. I'm just not going to do it. Oh my goodness, Dragon got the first redeem. Crazy. Congratulations. Good job on the first redeem. That one's usually gone by now. Like, even like when, even when Patat's not like here to like be in the stream, she usually pops in to grab it. I think she's still playing, she's probably still playing her game right now. She's probably still doing her stream. That's the only time she doesn't usually grab is when she's streaming. But even then, she still does sometimes. Have a good stream, good mood, you gotta go? No, no worries, you take care. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for the follow, thanks for hanging out. Oh my goodness. A trailer maneuvering bonus. Wow. Okay. Current job offers. What do you got? Are we in a... Yeah, we're in Magic Land right now. Winterland. Chocolate gift packs. Lots of chocolate gift packs. I guess I'm at Marigold. I guess Marigold's a chocolate company. Winnemucca. Santa Maria. I mean, none of these jobs are like longer than any other ones, really. And some of them are. Like, some of them are, like, right next to each other, but, like... I guess I need to, like, make sure I go to territories that are, like, not complete. Like that. So that one's 932. I could take that one, because it's pretty close to being complete. Anyway, like I was briefly talking about earlier, I'm gonna be beating all the games I'm playing again at the exact same time, it seems. I say that, I'm very much exaggerating, but Sakuna, I'm pretty sure I'm beating tomorrow. Raft, I don't know how much I have left of it, but I assume, like, I'm guessing I'm like halfway through, or further. I'm Oxygen not included. I'm probably not gonna play a super lot more. I'll probably stop on the next, like, colony fail and switch to a different game. Because as much as I like it, I don't love, like, automating things. I find it very stressful. So I probably will stop playing it when I lose again, because I'm very much going to lose for sure. It's already kind of getting out of hand. It's doing better than it was the last time I played, but it's still getting out of hand. You need to know how to automate your stuff for that game to, like, work. And I beat Against the Storm, so I need to find another game to play on Saturdays. I'm probably not going to play Project Zomboid the entire time. Then Sundays just for whatever I feel like playing. Like I said, Sakuna, I'm planning to play Space Marine after that. And then after Space Marine, I'm either going to play... what were the choices? It was either Skyrim or something else, or like Dark Souls 2, I think. But I'm not sure if I've given enough time between Skyrim and, like, New Vegas. I think I want to wait a while before I play Skyrim, because New Vegas I played so recently. I don't want to play another really long RPG. And Dark Souls 2 is, like, long, but not, like, crazy long. I'm probably not going to spend, like, 200 hours playing it, right? But then if I play Dark Souls 2, I'll have to play a different game, because I don't want to go straight into another fantasy RPG right after that. So odds are it'll be Space Marine, then maybe Dark Souls 2, and then maybe I'll play, like, Remnant 2, because that's kind of modern. That's a modern kind of RPG. And then maybe I'll play Skyrim after that. So it'll still be like a few months, but it's kind of the plan. But for the day I have on Raft planned, I don't really know what I'm going to do. Oxygen Not Included was originally meant to be a Sunday stream, but I started playing it on Wednesday just cause. So I may end up migrating that to Sunday instead of Wednesday. But I don't know what I'd put in its place if I did that. I've got a lot of various puzzly tactical games to play, so, you know, there's a lot to choose from, but I haven't updated that list in a while, so I think I've beaten most of the games that I had written on it in the order, like the ones that I had like written in the orders I had. So I'll have to go through my list again and pick random games. Or games I particularly want to play. And of course there are games that I want to play that I'm just not certain are gonna be alright for Twitch. Can I put the diff lock on? Thank you. Too much full frontal nudity. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you get it. But no, like, oh goodness. Like, Hi-Fi Rush, or, Walking Simulator, Death Stranding. Like those kinds of games. Like, I want to play them, but I'm pretty sure they contain copywritten music, and they're, like, kind of important to the game that you have music on. Like, I want to play those, but, you know, can't really. I'm not really certain they'll be TOS appropriate. Hey, Patot, how you doing? Well, you don't regularly discuss full frontal nudity in your streams? Missing out. But no, I'd have to like look at my list, because the list is there for me more than anything. You got a steering wheel? Yeah, I know. I saw. I was briefly going to criticize you for playing in third person while using a steering wheel still, but I decided against it, and now I have done it. So take that. But yeah, it's very cool. I've always thought about getting one, but I never have. You still want to be able to see the scenery and the crashes. Well, I mean, you could look around. I can see the scenery. Just you know, wow, scenery. Wow, scenery. Wow. You know. Oh no! You kinda wanted one, but not enough to buy one. Then Michi got a new one for her husband for Christmas, so they gave you their old one. Oh, cool. Brought it over and helped you set it up right before stream. Nice. Very cool. How's it feel to use? Is it fun and cool and interesting? Is it immersive? Probably a lot better than the herky-jerky motion of like just pressing A and D over and over again. Hey, you better slow down, bud. I'm not gonna let you merge. What did I say? What did I say? See, I let up off the gas so that I didn't get fined for them ramming me. Because it wasn't my fault, because I wasn't accelerating. They made the poor decision to not merge earlier. It is fun and cool and interesting. You just have to get used to it. Yeah, makes sense. Do I use keyboard and mouse? Yeah. You used controller previously. That makes sense. I used to use controller every once in a while, but I felt like the controls weren't responsive enough. Also, I like looking around a lot, so you know, if I had a controller, it'd be hard to do like this. You know, or check out my cat. So you can look with a controller. Yeah, I know, but not as fast. I mean, the only thing I like about the controller is that you can, like, center your vision easily. I think you can still do it. I don't remember how on keyboard. I think you just press 5? Yeah. Press 5, you just center your vision. But I think you can press all the buttons on the number pad. I choose not to, because I changed my number pad to roll up and down my windows. Keyboard and mouse is so hard for driving games for you? That makes sense. It's not for everybody. Like, I'm okay with it. I used to play Euro Truck Simulator, like, in my college dorm, like, in the dark on my laptop, so... like, when I was, like, lying down on my bed, on my belly, or whatever. So I kind of have a nostalgic keyboard and mouse experience. Speed limit's 55. I know that thing can speed up faster. Keep going. Man, you made me slow down on a hill. How rude. Didn't even know you could open your windows in the game? Yeah, you can open your windows. That's cool. Open them bits at a time, or I could open them like all the way at once, close them. It changes the sound effects. It's fun. Do that one too. Can't really see it very well, but that one's open. So if I want like a really weird audio experience, I could like open one window on the right side, so the right ear is like really full of noises, while the left one's not. Oh my god, a bot. Crazy. Well, maybe not a bot. Sorry, that's rude to assume, but it's a big chunk of text to post randomly in the chat. Yeah, weird to do that. Again, may not have been a bot, but don't try not to come into people's chats and post big blocks of text. It's very much bot behavior. But it sounds like a nifty experience. I hope that goes well for you, but I don't play with other people in games. I play solo. It's a brand new account. It doesn't matter. They might have made the account specifically for like telling people about the stuff. Yeah, it's kind of a sort of a safety precaution on Twitch, is anybody who tends to just pop in a giant message is probably not a real person most of the time. So, rule of thumb is just to blot the message instantly. But again, if you're a real person, then feel free, and I'll respond accordingly. I may even apologize for assuming such a heinous thing. You think you wouldn't be able to run an ATS with keyboard? You're used to the hoary truck wheels, yeah? That suits you, yeah. I don't know much about the various brands of wheels and stuff, but like I said, I've looked into it very briefly because it seems like a really cool thing to do. Like, I've talked about it earlier in the stream, but like peripherals for gaming are such a cool idea, but they're always like so expensive that I can never like justify the investment, even if it would be like a cool experience. I need to straighten this thing out. It's having a hard time. I don't want to go too harsh into that angle because I'm next to a curb. I should have driven a little bit further over that way, but it's a bit late now. Yeah, no, I you know, whatever's best feeling for you. I really wanted to get a wheel at one point, and I also wanted to get like a flight stick and throttle for like space games. That was a really bad park job, but it's fine. It didn't get damaged. That's all that matters. Yeah, now I can get a little bit. Like now I can straighten out. Dang, air brake is gonna run out. I've only ever like parked at this one like 2 or 3 times. Like, I recognize this area, this like sort of, you know, ramp, but I very rarely ever get this park. So I haven't gotten used to parking here yet. You can park so much better with the wheel. That makes sense. I mean, it gives you a lot more like direct control, and it gives you a better feel for it. Especially if you're like used to driving in real life too. I imagine it makes it easier to like feel the way it feels to drive in real life. This is my longest running game on Twitch. You remember watching me play this over 4 years ago? 4 years ago? I haven't been streaming for 4 years. Sure it was me? I definitely have played this game for a long time. This is one of those games that I just sort of play every once in a while and I come back to. Just because I enjoy it. But, I wouldn't say... I don't know if running... It's not my... I haven't played it the most. It's probably the longest that I, like, started and continue to play every once in a while. But it's like, I haven't really played it that much, right? If I look at my, like, hours on the game... Like, I played it for 207 hours, which is quite a lot, but I'd say, I think I started playing it at 40 hours, so 160 hours on stream, thereabouts. Then you have to worry about, like, when I launch it up to start a stream and close it at the end of stream, stuff like that. And when I play it on my own, like, in between, but then every once in a while, it's very rare, but occasionally. So, it's hard to say. It's been about 160 hours. So, I may have started playing it and then played it, like, consistently every once in a while, every couple of weeks. That might be my longest game. But the game I played the most, I think, is Oblivion. I played that for, like, 180 hours or something, or 210 or something like that. Yeah, I haven't been streaming for 4 years. Yeah. It could have been somebody else you'd seen play it before me, but I have been playing this since like I started, basically. Like I think the first time I ever played this game on stream was like, oh goodness, I don't know. Like I don't know the numbers. It's a while ago. Probably once you're used to the wheel, it'd be hard to go back to keyboard. Yeah, I bet for sure. That'd probably be it for, like, I'd imagine that it'd be difficult to, like, go back to after you're used to it. That's probably also why, like, I'm kind of hesitant to get any peripherals. Because like I said, if I ended up getting used to playing, like, a space game, like Elite Dangerous or, Star Citizen. Oops. No, that was right. If I got used to playing one of those with, like, a flight stick and a throttle, I don't think I'd ever go back to keyboard mouse. I feel like it'd be really weird and hard to get used to. But yeah, I don't know. I never tried, so couldn't say for sure. Now, is this around the back there? Looks like it might be. It was expensive for more than less standard wheel. Oh, for a more than less standard. Yeah. Button box for some kind of expensive. Kind of stuff, very expensive. Yeah. I mean, like, the button box for, like, menus and stuff makes sense. But the, yeah, the wheel itself, like, it seems like a really cool experience. And if you can get pedals along with it, it'd be great, but... Like, I don't play this game, like, super often. I don't play any other driving games, really. I used to play World of Tanks a lot, but I don't think that would really fit for that game. You probably could make it work, but I feel like it'd be kind of weird. There you go. Am I doing the Christmas event only runs today? Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I figure I have 5 more deliveries to do, and then I'll switch to something else. But yeah, that's the plan, just finishing up the total deliveries. They're really short, which is kind of a shame, because I like the long drives, but the Christmas event only happens, you know, once a year, so may as well do them, right? If you play other titles with the wheel, you wouldn't recommend the specific truck wheel? Better to go for G920 or something? Okay. I wasn't aware there was like a real difference to them specific to games. But it's good to know. Do I still have the Oblivion VODs on YouTube? Yeah. All the VODs for every game I played are on YouTube, except they're 2 months behind. Because of some stuff that happened early on with how Twitch used to be. They used to let you upload VOD, they used to let you have your VODs on Twitch for like 2 months. So I only uploaded them when they were like running out. So I've just kept that upload schedule. So all my VODs are uploaded 2 months in advance. Or whatever, the other way around. This will be available in February 29th, which doesn't exist, but you know, unless it's a leap year. Which I don't know if it is. So if that's the case, then it'll be on 28th, because February, the last day of February is always chock full of VODs, because there's not 31 days in that month. Or whatever. So yes, all the Oblivion VODs are on YouTube. If you want to watch those. And they should all be uploaded by now. I think there is a... I need to upload the final VOD for Fallout too. I forgot to do that. That one's probably coming up on the YouTube channel. I was hesitant to do it because it's like a... I think that one is 2 different VODs, or 2 different games. I have to split them separately and upload them separately. So I gotta put that out there. Played Fallout 2? No. Fallout New Vegas. I meant as well. My last VOD for Fallout New Vegas needs to be uploaded, and I forgot. I played very briefly, not on stream, Fallout 1, and thought it was interesting, but then never played it again after like the first hour. And then I never played Fallout 2, and I beat Fallout 3 on my own a long time ago. And I beat Fallout 4 when it came out on my own. Not on stream, any of this. Fallout New Vegas was the only Fallout game that like I'd wanted to play when it came out that I never got a chance to play. So that's the only one I played for my stream so far. I do plan to maybe play Fallout 1 and 2, but I've heard that 1's kind of a slog and 2 is like fun, but I'd have to get used to it. But again, those are games that like are not very high on my list. Like I have a lot of games that I want to get through. And Fallout 1 and 2 are not very high on that list. And I'm probably not gonna play Fallout 3 or 4 on stream. I might, but probably not. The stream is just for playing games that I missed out on when they came out. I really wanted to try. And of course, like new games that I thought looked interesting. Those are also ones I play sometimes, but very rarely. And most of the time when I play a new game, it's like a one-off, like Mega Bonk or Ball Pit, stuff that I play one time and then not again. I should go back to Dungeon Crawler as well. That one got officially released and I never went back to it. I also want to go back to Supermarket Sim too, but I keep forgetting to test it to see if it crashes my my OBS. I get used to. I also grabbed Water Park Sim a long time ago when it was like popular, with the intent to play it on stream, but its performance was like really bad, so I just played it solo. It's good. I liked it, but its performance was awful. Like if you got more than like 20 or 30 guests in the park, it would start to like chug if you don't have like really good specs. But it's a fun game. Yeah, Mass Effect games are on those lists as well. I've never played the Mass Effect games, but there's 3, 4 of them. Like, I think maybe there's 5? I think there's 4. But those are all on the list, and those are all long games, so I gotta figure out a way to, like, get them in there. I don't want to play them back-to-back, obviously. So figuring out which games to play in what order... not what order, in what, like, time frame is a tough one. Because I don't like playing games that are too similar to each other back-to-back. Similar in that, like, RPG or medieval, that kind of thing, fantasy, you know. Like, for instance, I don't want to play, like I said, Fallout New Vegas right next to, like, Skyrim, for instance. I want to play Skyrim at some point, because I didn't get a chance to play that very much when it first released. I played it for, like, a couple hours and then had to stop because I got busy with, like, real-life stuff. Never got a chance to go back to it, really. But... like, Skyrim's a big one that I want to go back to, but I just played Fallout New Vegas, so I gotta play, like, a couple games in between, because it's a long RPG that has, like, similar vibes, you know, to each other. So I don't want to play another long RPG right next to it. So I'm planning, after Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, the side-scrolling farming platformer. After that, I'm playing the Space Marine game, which is a third-person, like, shooter, like, action-y shooter game. Then after that, I'm planning to play, like, Dark Souls 2, which is a medieval RPG. And then after that, I'm planning to play something else, and then, like, Remnant 2, which is a third-person modern shooter with, like, fantasy elements, and then I was planning to play Skyrim. So I'm kind of, like, figuring out what games to play, what order, and of course, those are all subject to change. And if anybody ever, like, does that, like, 10,000 point donation to, like, try to convince me to play a specific game sooner, I'll probably pop that in there and then readjust the schedule from there. There's always kind of a toss-up what I end up playing when. I mentioned Black Sad, Under the Skin. Maybe you like it. Older detective game. Animal characters. You loved it. It was funny and cute. Is that the game with the like the black cat who's like the main character? Or is that like something else? I think I recognize the name of that. I wouldn't have played it, but I think I've heard of it, if that's the game. But yeah, it was a cougar? Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it was a cat. Regardless, I don't have a good visual memory, so I couldn't remember what exactly it was. Maybe it was like, is it like in noir or something? My mind tells me it was like in black and white, but maybe it's just maybe my mind's just tricking me, or maybe because it's called Black Sad, I've conflated the two somehow. Anyway, it's not on my list of games to play, but I don't dislike the idea. I don't I enjoy like puzzly games, so I probably wouldn't mind like a detective game. I liked the Shadows of Doubt, so there's probably a pretty good chance I would like other detective kind of games. I had thought about playing LA Noire on stream, but there's a lot of like cases in that are like way too real for me to want to play. Like, I don't really want to get into that. It's too like much for what I feel is fun for stream. Shadows of Death's less of a detective game, more of a crime game. What do you mean? A crime happens, then you detect what went wrong. Just because you have to like break into their houses and beat people up and steal their stuff doesn't mean it's a crime game. You could play it as like a straight shooter detective. You don't gotta be like a crazy person like I play it. You could case a joint, take photographs, use your pin board. You could play it like properly and slow. Question people. You've only seen people play it like me and worse, really? Yeah, you can play it real, like proper. I just, again, like I was talking about yesterday with Product Zomboid, when I'm playing games on stream, I have a lot less patience because I feel like I'm being like boring if I'm not like doing something. Even if I'm like being like slow and cautious in a game, at least that's doing something. But if I was like playing Shadows of Doubt on my own, I'd play it very differently than what I do on stream. I would like be willing to sit in one spot for a long time and like watch. But with Shadows of Doubt, like, it's a game that's like very good at the thing it tries to do, which is be a detective game. And there's lots of like little things that you can find and like examine and watch, like idiosyncrasies, behaviors, whatever, if you like pay attention. And you could like properly scope the joint. You could like, you know, figure out like, you know, shoe sizes by checking footprints, you know, fingerprints, cameras, whatever, you know. Detective game. You could ask, yeah, again, like it's a lot of cool stuff like that. But if you know, because I played on stream, I don't want to just be really boring and slow. What the hell? Where'd you come from? Sorry, I didn't mean to ram into you. Merry Christmas. Didn't mean to ram into you. I just didn't even see that. I didn't realize that was a road, I guess. People are here for chill, slow times, though. I mean, that's true most of the time. Not all my streams are super slow, though. Like, I think I'm pretty chill, but not all the games I play are chill. Being boring is not a deal breaker. I know. Like, I pride myself on how, like, vaguely boring I am. Like, sometimes it's nice to just turn on background noise and not have to pay attention. I'm not gonna pretend I'm like the most entertaining person of all time or anything, but, you know, sometimes I'd like to make an effort to be entertaining. Saving Dogs was cool, kind of GTA with martial arts in Hong Kong. I've heard that one's good. I'm gonna be right back, ads just started. I'm back. Hello. Anyway. Like I was saying, yeah, Sleeping Dogs. I've heard of it. I've heard it's good. I haven't looked into it, really. It was one of the games that, like, came out around the time that, like, a lot of other games came out that I was, like, more interested in. We just went to Farmington, New Mexico. We go to Coos Bay. I think I've talked about Coos Bay. That's the place I almost got hit by a train. I remember that place. Ah. Pride of myself in how boring I am. Yeah, exactly. That's no secret. I've said something like similar to that before. Like, I'm not trying to be like a bombastic, like, you know, personality. I'm just a random person on the internet who likes to play games and talk. Like, I'm not making an effort to sell myself or, you know, get more followers at any expense or anything like that. I just sort of am here, and sometimes other people are here as well. Yeah, I may look into Black Sad. I think that one I have heard of for sure, but again, obviously I don't remember it very well because I thought it was like a black cat, but I guess it's a cougar. I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was that way. I knew it was an animal though. I was also thinking it might have been a raccoon because there's another game that's like has a raccoon as a main character that I think is like a detective game, but I don't remember what game that is either. Or maybe I'm thinking of Sly Cooper, which is not a detective game, but it's a raccoon that's a thief. Like, but I don't think so. I feel like I'd remember that game well enough to, but no, that wasn't what I was talking about. It's always weird to like watch my waveform while I'm like making no noise at all and see it like pop up randomly. And it must be because of my keyboard. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. You were imagining a much more Night in the Woods style protagonist? For what? Black Sad or Sly Cooper? Black Sad. Ah, okay. I remember it being like really serious, but I guess apparently it's silly, which is nice. I don't remember the art style at all. I just remember that the cat is a cat. That's all I remember. It's a normal human man in a coat with a cat face. Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, maybe I do remember that actually. Hold on, that sounds familiar. I think maybe Julia on from Drawfee did a fan art of that at one point. Yeah, I think so. This looks really familiar. That's a really silly face. Okay. Well, cool. It is. I think that might be the game I was thinking of, but that is not what I was thinking that it would look like. The memory that I had in my head was like much more kind of like Wheatley, like much smaller, like kind of like skulky. I was not expecting like big burly guy with mostly human face with like cat features. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many games to play, which is very, very exciting, but also kind of daunting. Like, I'll never... there's, like, literally no way I'll ever get through all the games I want to play, so I have to make an effort to prioritize them in, like, some ways. Gotta figure out what games to play when. Which ones are more urgent for me. Feels like a person wearing face paint. Yeah, maybe. That kind of tracks. It does look kind of like that for sure. Kind of looks like Batman too, if I remember right. I've already looked off the image, so I remember Batman is the first thing that came to mind when I saw it. But now I don't remember what it looks like, so... Batman vibes, yeah, okay. Speaking of Batman, I want to play those Arkham games, too. There's so many games! I also gotta figure out when to play Minecraft, because I wanted to play Minecraft Vanilla at some point, too. I gotta figure out that one. I'll probably have that one as, like, a once a week. Maybe I'll play some Against the Storm with that. Maybe, like, on my Saturday time slot, I'll have, like, Minecraft. Just play it once a week. I'm not sure if I'd be, like, rewarded by that, though. I feel like that has a lot of gameplay to do. I'm not sure that'd be enough. Why is it trying to make me... It wants me to deliver here, but it's trying to make me go all the way down here. To turn around. What? Why? Surely I could just, like, cross over this freeway. It's not even that far of a drive. Yeah, it's not even like... It's not even like illegal or anything. It's just... I just need to turn onto the road. Why was it trying to make me take like a massive detour? Maybe after Raft I'll play XCOM 2. I was thinking about playing XCOM 2 when I played Tactical Breach Wizards, but I played that instead. Should I play XCOM 2 or War of the Chosen? The way I understand it is XCOM 2 is like good, but the story's different. Whereas XCOM War of the Chosen's way better, but the story's like completely different. And I have played it before. I don't remember if I played War of the Chosen or if I played the original XCOM 2, but I've done played it before. I don't remember if I've beaten it. But I know I wanted to play it on stream. I think the reason I didn't play XCOM 2 is because I played Phoenix Point too soon. And those are similar vibes. Gameplay styles. And there's lots of puzzle games that I gotta play too. The problem is that some puzzle games are a bit, like, too puzzly for a streamer brain to work. For my streamer brain to work. I'm trying to remember which ones I've been suggested. I think Cube was one of them. I think that one's on sale. I should probably pick that up. I remember somebody suggested I play Portal or Portal 2 on stream at one point, but I'm not sure I like the Portal games. I think I played them when they first got... Well, the first one when it first released. I don't think I enjoyed it. I think one of the first games I ever got on Steam was a gift from a friend. And it was like a puzzle game that involved like a clockwork cube. And I don't remember anything about it. But every once in a while when I'm like looking through my games, I'll notice it and be like, oh, how nice. The first game I ever had on Steam was, what's it called? I can't remember. It's a game where you played like little robots and you ran around planets killing each other. It was wildly unpopular, and it died immediately. Like, after I got the game. So it, like, died really early in its, like, lifespan. Like, Steam has been around, like, a long time, and that game came out, like, at the beginning of Steam. And then, like, just sort of fell off immediately. Like, even when I got it, it was only, like, there was, like, 2 lobbies in the entire game, and... like 3 people playing total, something like that. But it was like, it looked a lot like, I don't remember. It was just a game where you played little robots and you fought each other and like got bigger in size and stuff like that. It was that and like Audio Surf. I owned Audio Surf, that game that I can't remember the name of, and that Puzzle Cube game with the clockwork puzzle cube. And those were like the only games I owned. And then Team Fortress 2, my friend ended up like convincing me to buy. And I played that for some time. And then like Left 4 Dead. I didn't really like Left 4 Dead that much. And I didn't like Left 4 Dead 2. So I didn't play them very much. But those are like the games. Portal was your favorite game for like a decade? Didn't enjoy the sequel as much? Huh, okay. I've heard that Portal 2 is better than Portal 1 for most people's opinions, so I'm surprised by that. But I don't know. What was that? What was that turn? But yeah, I don't know. I have I remember like having the Portal 1 like Still Alive song on like an old MP3 player back when they were like 250 megabytes or whatever. They had like 8 songs total on them. I remember having like Portal's Still Alive song on that. So I must have like liked Portal, but I don't remember much about it. I don't remember liking it that much. Nothing memorable about it to me. Except for, like, Companion Cube, I remember. But I think I remember Companion Cube because of Terraria, not because of Portal. I don't know. There's just some games that never really, like, gelled with me, I guess. I think Portal was just one of them. I definitely played it. Like I said, I don't know if I ever beat it. I think I played it more on the orange box at my friend's house. Because I know I played Half-Life 1 at my friend's house. And I think he bought the orange box because it had Half-Life 2 in it. And I remember that had Portal as well. I think I played Portal with my friend in my friend's house on their Xbox. You gonna open? You remember enjoying solving the levels in ways you were not supposed to solve them. Yeah, I think that's a pretty normal thing to enjoy about any games. Finding, like, unique, interesting ways to solve the game and its mechanics and puzzles. I don't know how often you can do that in Portal, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a big thing that people enjoyed. This song has lyrics. We don't suffer lyrics on this stream. I can't talk over them without feeling rude. So it's incredibly disruptive. Ooh, I didn't go far enough. Dang. I might still be able to do it, but we're gonna bump this one, I think. I'm gonna have to start turning out. I might have to go a little bit more this direction than I had originally anticipated. Just do a real jackknife maneuver here. I get it. Don't you worry. Okay. I was trying to avoid vehicle crash, but it happened now, so I don't care anymore. I don't know who decided to put this one here, but they deserve to be sued. This is disrupting business. Whoever attached that trailer there needs to lose their license and their job. Great. Anytime now would be great. Thank you. I don't know why that park job was so hard, but it was annoying. Any other... let's see. We have this one that goes back to the old Christmas market. Suppose I'll take that one. I think that's all I'm really trying to do. Just these two. Just these missions over and over again. Just need 3 more. Then I'll be done with the event. Where's that at? It's just behind me? Huh? Where's the job? Oh, it's the front. I always feel kind of bad when I'm like picking the games that I choose to play in what orders, because I'm always worried that like I'll plan to play a game because I'm excited to try it or play it, and then like by the time I'm actually able to play it, I'm worried I'll have lost interest in playing it. It hasn't like happened yet, but I think it's because a lot of times when I thought it was going to happen, I've chosen to play the game that I thought I might lose interest in, which happens like very occasionally. I'll have like a schedule change that's just like completely like different to what was originally planned. I don't remember what games it's been, but there's a couple of games, I guess like Raft is one of them. A couple of games have just like sort of popped off immediately, like as soon as I was like done with a different game, because I just was like worried I might lose interest and like waiting for it. Kind of like how you like anticipate a game for a long time, you just sort of aren't interested in playing it after a while because like you did the hype for, you know, the announcement of the game or whatever is worn off. A big one I'm worried about that happening with is Cyberpunk, because I do want to play that on stream at some point, but I really got to just find the time to do it, because I know it's a long game. I know it's a very serious game. So I got to like make an effort to put aside like the time and like, I don't know, respect for it, I guess. But it's like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, so the excitement for the game is kind of like teetering, because I don't know when I'll get around to it, just that I want to do it eventually. And so if that ends up happening, I'll have to like play a different game until I regain my interest in the game that I'm like skipping. Because like I really want to play that game, and like I said, I was anticipating it for like years. And it finally came out, and it was so buggy and awful that, like, literally you couldn't play it. So I set it down for a long time, and now it's supposedly a lot less buggy. It still has a lot of bugs, but apparently it's a lot less buggy. I was like, dang, alright, I can play it now. And then I just haven't gotten around to it, because it's just such a specific kind of game that I need to, like, be in the mood to play for however many hours it takes. I've looked at all the trigger warnings and stuff, so nothing really in there is gonna get me, I don't think. Nothing completely. It's a couple of close calls by the sounds of it, but for the most part it seems alright. I'm just kind of sitting on the fence about that one. Not to mention, I'm worried that my PC won't even be able to run it. That's another one that I'm like concerned about. So I wouldn't use ray tracing, obviously, so I don't need to worry about that. That was one of the big selling points of the game, is that ray tracing was a big deal, but I'm not worried about ray tracing. But unless it's like pretty well optimized, it's still a potential that my PC won't be able to stream it. So I'll have to install it, then test run it. Which means I'll, you know, get about to the same point I got to when I first tried playing it. Where I, you know, walked outside of the apartment after doing the first mission, and then see if a bunch of cars crash into, like, the food stall and glitch into the map, and then I get shot by cops. We'll see, but one of those ones I just gotta test out to see. But that'd have to be like, I don't know. It'd have to be at some point after Skyrim, probably, if I did that. I don't even know if I'm gonna play Dark Souls 2 yet. I do want to play it, but Dark Souls 2 is a game I'm like really apprehensive about because I really did not like it when I first tried to play it. Because I have tried to play Dark Souls 2 in the past, but it felt like really bad to play. And I really, really didn't like it. But it's been years since I tried to play it, and I imagine I might like it now, since my, you know, general vibe and behavior has changed since the last time I tried it. And a lot of people talk about how good it is. You just have to, like, get used to how it feels to play, because it's just a real departure to previous games. Or Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1. But I'm planning to do Elden Ring's DLC on stream at some point, but I wanted to do all the Souls games first, and then do the Elden Ring game, and then Elden Ring DLC after. So I should make an effort to get those going sooner than later, otherwise, you know, the world's gonna light on fire, so I don't have that much time. But, you know, who knows? Point is, I'd like to do a bunch of games, and I have a lot of games that I'm like anticipating playing in the future that like I really want to play, but I want to play like a bunch of like games I kind of want to play in between, right? Like the big games that I like. Also, I worry it would like make me lose interest in doing the stream, because I enjoy the stream, but I worry I'd lose interest if I like did all the games I really, really want to play back to back, you know? Because then I'd just be playing like games I kind of wanted to play over and over again, and I feel like it would just kind of like be not as fun as sort of working towards like an anticipated game. Does that make sense? It's like games I liked, I wanted to try, and then like games I really want to try. So do like 3 or 4 games I want to try, and then one that I really want to try, and then like keep on doing that cycle for a while. It's worked pretty well so far, but it also means I have to, like I said, delay certain games a lot longer than I'm happy with, because I worry that I'd lose interest in them. I don't know, maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just worrying for nothing. I've really enjoyed streaming, but I don't know why I'm concerned I would stop enjoying it if I just like played games I guess if I played games I wasn't interested in, I wouldn't have a fun time, but even the games that like I didn't super enjoy, I've still enjoyed playing on stream. Because there's a lot of games I just wouldn't bother to play. Like I said, because of the whole reason I started streaming is just because I didn't have enough time in my day-to-day, like, to play a lot of games. So it gives me the option to play all those games that I couldn't. But generally, there's no reason not to enjoy streaming, since it just gives me an opportunity to relax instead of being a workaholic. So that's good. Regardless. I don't know if it's healthy, but it's probably healthier than just stressing 24/7 about work. Now I stress about the game's order instead. Exactly. But one of those is a lot less, like, stressful than the other, you know? Like, oh no, what game will I play next? Versus, oh no, how will I eat? I feel like one of those is a bit more important. A bit more impactful. But, you know, hard to, maybe like only a little bit. Like kind of like give that way a scale, and, you know, like one's like, 10%. It's like tipping a little bit in favor of one over the other. This game makes me so tired. I was planning to do a full 4-hour stream today, but I'm like so sleepy. This game is so relaxing, it's annoying. Like, it's good, but like it really ruins my schedule. Whenever I stream this game, I'm always like so exhausted. Like, the rumbly engine, the chill music, the combo. Take the opportunity to not be stressed about something and embrace relaxation. Oh, that's never gonna happen. This is, the only time I've like ever felt relaxed, I think, was like when I lived in like a dorm in college where I didn't have to pay for anything because I was getting a stipend from the college. And the stipend was only like $40 every 2 weeks or something, so it wasn't even very much money, but like room and board was paid for. I think that's the only time I've ever like relaxed, and that was some time ago. I've been consistently stressed since then, forever. But I mean, I suppose taking, you know, some amount of time to do nothing is not a bad idea. I do have 3 packages left to deliver, though. I guess I could still play this again next week, too. To finish up the event. I don't have to do it all today. It's so bad for your health to be stressed consistently. Yeah, I know. Not like that doesn't really help, though, does it? Now then I just have to be stressed about being stressed. You know, just causes a sort of endless loop of stress. Like, I'm aware it's not healthy, but like, there's, if I'm not, I guess, like, I can't just stop being stressed, you know? Like, I do breathing exercises. I play video game on every day at 12 o'clock to not be stressed. To try and like relax a bit. That was refusing. No, I just am generally stressed all the time. It's not like I don't want to be stressed. I'm not actively trying to make myself more stressed. Just is the way. There's a lot going on in the world today, and in personal life, it's difficult to relax. That's not fun to talk about. I can't tell if my windows are rolled up. They are. I say usually it's louder around this part, but I'm fine. This is the place I got hit by a car last time. That's the path they took. I guess I did know there was a road there. I've just never remembered that was the direction I drove. The extra 15 experience for like... Well, it's actually like 5. The extra 5 experience for parking manually is so silly. Like the park where you want or whatever is such a big boost to your experience. Versus the simple parking and the slightly more advanced parking. Oh man, that was I could have dropped it off right there. Just park it all helter-skelter. There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely getting tired. I could tell because the doot noises made me jump. When I get tired, I get jumpy. So like abrupt noises really get me. Fort Collins, Colorado. Yakima, Washington. Sure. Looks like the Christmas event didn't go super well this year. Either that or they just made it harder. Well, I guess they did add several more states. So maybe just there's too many different locations to deliver to for them to like be completed. Remember last year this event, like most of the big cities in the states were full up. But this year it seems like the all the stars are all the snowflakes are like only like half done. I think there's a couple of blue ones, but most of them are white with only like one half done or something. Just flip them back and forth. Also, my throat hurts for some reason. Maybe I am getting sick. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. I noticed about halfway through the stream, but I thought it was because my throat was dry. But I've been drinking water pretty consistently the whole time, so... I don't know why my throat's all scratchy. I mean, I do talk a lot, but I talk a lot every stream. I don't need to turn on the blinker that time. Hey Arsene, how you doing? Good time zone. Oop, going a bit too fast. Stop hiccuping. Why are you hiccuping so much today? Ah. I don't know why, but I can't get the... there's no reason for this. It just sort of randomly happened. But I keep getting the Gurren Lagann, like, intro song and the One Piece intro song stuck in my head, and I keep mixing them together for some reason. And I can't remember the lyrics to either one. Or the tune, rather. Or both. So, the One Piece intro, the first one, and then the Gurren Lagann intro, both stuck in my head at the same time, and I don't know why. I haven't even really thought about either of them in a while. So I don't know why they're stuck in my head. It's really annoying. I quite like Gurren Lagann and One Piece, I suppose, but still. Doing good. Back to work as usual. How's driving today? It's super relaxing, tired. You know, normal things. Gurren Lagann opening was super good. Gotta re-listen. Yeah, it is good. The intro One Piece, the first intro to One Piece is also really good. Also, the American dub is also the 4Kids dub is really good too. It's a lot sillier, but it's still good. They did that thing, I don't know what it was with television, like, of that era, where they would just, like, make, like, a rap intro to, like, the like, the show they were introducing or whatever. But, like, it was just really funny. It was not great, but, like, it was fun. The One Piece, like, rap intro. You watched it back in the day with the very silly fan-made subs. It was very funny for us too. It's so weird. But no, the yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Just every once in a while I get like I just remember like a song. Cuz I don't like listening to music that much. I don't care that much about intros or anything, but just every once in a while I'll just start remembering like the tune of a song. But I guess it's probably like a pretty normal thing. But for whatever reason, One Piece came up, and then Gurren Lagann just sort of like there's like maybe like one verse or something that sounds vaguely similar. So Gurren Lagann and One Piece have like combined in my head. It was very fitting for Gurren Lagann, but you know. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You've had old Rurouni Kenshin opening stuck in your head for every other month for like 10 years. You can't escape it, still remember the lyrics. Wow. Yeah, the only saving grace is that like because the songs are in Japanese, I don't know how to I don't remember the lyrics of them at all. Like not really. So, I don't have to worry that much. I wonder if there's an actual delay or not. Excuse me. There's a... When the green light changed, I pressed forward immediately, but it took a second to, like, get going. I'm trying to, like, figure out what music I want to listen to when I go on, like, walks and stuff. Or go to the store or whatever recently, but I just sort of default back to the same music over and over again. And it feels like, I suppose, again, that's probably quite normal, but... I used to be able to find, like back when like Pandora was big, I used to be able to find like all sorts of random new music to listen to that was like vaguely similar to the old music I listened to. But then switching to like Spotify, like you start getting like just the same songs over and over again basically. And all the playlists are like short or whatever, you know? And so every once in a while I'll just like chuck on like the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk playlist, and it'll start playing like, you know, stuff from what, Sunset Overdrive? Is that what that game is called? Maybe? And No, not Sunset Overdrive. The volleyball one. I can't remember the name. But it'll like that, and then like Jet Set Radio, and but then like it never changes from those songs. Like it's always those kinds of songs, which are fun and I like them. But yeah, I'll be listening to those. And then I'll like turn on like, God, I don't know, like Moe Shop or something. But then it'll just be like songs like that again, and I want like more variety to listen to when I'm like walking around. But it just plays the same like 10 songs every time I turn on the playlist. I'm like, alright, well, I guess at least it's something to listen to when I'm exercising, because I don't like listen to music casually to enjoy myself. I only turn it on when I'm doing something. And so when I'm like listening to the same exact music over and over again when I'm doing something, I get really bored of it. But I don't really know any music that I'm interested in to change it to, so I just have to listen to the same stuff. The topic of driving. Every time you play Truck Sim, you remember the driving advice that I gave you during one of the streams? Oop. Been super useful. The one about lining up the mirrors and all. Oh yeah, for like when you're like checking the how close you are to the line. Yeah, I'm glad it helped. Honestly, been listening to your wizard-sounding playlist when you go on walks, or Elden Ring soundtrack. Those seem like fun. Those seem like more whimsical, though. Like, I'm walking through a city. Not a whole lot of whimsy to be had. If I was like going up like through a park or something, it might be nice. But yeah, I can see that being kind of nice or kind of fun. I find that like if I'm playing like like an RPG or something that doesn't have like audio, which is isn't like super common, but like in like a lot of like itch games, like itch.io, whatever it is. A lot of those games are like sort of early access and don't have like soundtracks or anything yet. So I'll usually turn on like various soundtracks to sort of like, it's fine. It's for Christmas. Anyway, it's what I get for using the engine brake instead of the real brakes. Anyways, I'll turn on the, like, various, like, medieval soundtrack to, like, you know, to drink in a tavern to, or whatever, you know? Like, whatever the nonsense names are. Or when I'm playing, like, a city game, like, or, like, a game based in, like, a city, or, like, a storytelling game, whatever. I'd, like, you know, I'd be like, oh, it's New York City street sounds from the 10th floor window in the rain. I'm like, okay, sure. Whatever specific, like, song, or, like, soundtrack this is, I'll put on. But, like, that happens every once in a while. Whimsy is everywhere if you got the eyes to see it. Just stress yourself out with the boss music, too. I mean, that's one for sure. Like, very stressful with the boss music. Please call truck care. I didn't take that much damage, did I? That I'm getting a warning? Oops. F7. 10%. Oh, I guess I took some damage. Actually, that might just be from, like, wear and tear. I can't remember the buttons. There you go. The 10%, like, I got 2% damage on the trailer, so I probably took some damage from the wreck, but the truck's usually in pretty good condition. Hey, I know it says please call truck care, but I kind of want to see what my... I'd like to see what my current cruise control is, please. Forcing my dash to always display that instead of the things I actually need to see is kind of annoying. But yeah, no, it's a good idea to have, like, different playlists for different sort of activities. For sure. Where's the turnoff here? There it is. It's an orchard. How dare you? Yeah, I don't know. I've just been like trying to figure out new playlists to listen to, because like I don't like own any playlists, right? Like I haven't bought any playlists, so I always listen on Spotify or whatever. I don't have YouTube Premium, so I can't watch YouTube like music or listen to YouTube music or whatever. And I haven't bought any like albums off of like Apple Music and who knows how long. I do have a ton of songs on my old Apple account, so I could probably like put on my phone, but I don't remember my old Apple account, and it probably wouldn't let me link multiple accounts to my phone. It might, I don't know. But even then, those songs that I used to listen to, I probably wouldn't like now. Cause I used to not know that I used to not know that I didn't like music very much. So I tried to fit in with other people by listening to music that they listened to. So I just have a bunch of random like death metal and stuff on there, and like techno, like not techno, but like rave music, or you know, like various things like that. Just like lots of random types of music that I like listen to because somebody else told me it was good. But like now I just don't. Now I realize I don't actually like music that much. It's just become a lot easier to like come to terms with why I didn't gel with any of those bands very much. But I mean, there's a couple of bands I actually do enjoy. Like we talked about it before. Like I kind of like Gorillaz. I like Daft Punk. Like, you know, I sort of enjoy like a lot of rap. Most rap I think I quite like, but it's less because it's music and more because it's like sort of relatable poetry. I don't know what to call it. I like rap music quite a lot. I don't know why though. Just growing up poor in like a ghetto, I guess, sort of instilled it. Maybe ghetto's a bit harsh, but in a poor part of town for sure. Where is the... Where's the... There it is, okay. But yeah, the, that was a big one. Just like a lot of relatable music to listen to. Growing up poor was rap. I definitely don't like country music at all. Never liked country music. My mother used to like country music, and I probably dislike it out of spite more than anything. But just sort of never liked it. And again, like other music that I've kind of vaguely like listened to, but don't know if, like I don't know what music types are or what like genres they are. I liked a couple of songs from various bands, but I couldn't tell you if I liked the actual bands themselves. Like, I remember there was, like, that one song from Blue Oyster Cult that was really popular. I remember liking that one, but was it a good song, or do I like the band? I have no idea. I mean, like, Linkin Park was just sort of, like, in the zeitgeist at the time. So I know all their, like, a bunch of their songs. I had a friend who liked My Chemical Romance, so I know some of their songs. When I went to when I went into an anime convention for the first time ever in my life, the person who was driving us there was listening to the Eagles, so I know a lot of their songs. I don't know if I like them, but I know them. Stuff like that. Just incidental encounters with various musics that I don't know if I actually like or if I just have heard. But it's much easier to, like, come to terms with not liking music. You know? Like, not actively seeking out things to listen to is much easier than just sort of, like... Well... Let's say it's seeking them out, but that's kind of obvious, isn't it? Like, the problem is I'd like to come across more music I enjoy, or at least can tolerate. But that's really hard to do when you don't know what you like. Because it'll be like, oh, I want music that sounds like Daft Punk, and it's just like, it's not the same, it's not good. I want music that sounds like the Gorillaz, and it's like, it doesn't really have the same vibe. I want music that sounds like Flowbots. No, no, you kind of got there. Beastie Boys, you know, that was fun. Like, you know, like a lot of stuff, and like the sort of like gangster rap doesn't exist as much anymore either. So like, it was like a real like specific kind of rap that existed back then that doesn't exist now, or if it does, it's like really underground. So it's hard to like come across. So it's hard to like find anything to listen to now that I like enjoy or at least tolerate. I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever. Either way. I need one more delivery, but I think I'll probably head off now because I think I might be getting sick, which sucks. Because like I feel like at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about how I was kind of just feeling off today, and as the stream sort of progressed, I've sort of felt a little worse, and now my throat's starting to get all scratchy. I think I might be getting sick properly. I got a flu shot a while ago, so I say a while ago, like a week ago. I didn't have any symptoms from that, so it's probably not the flu, at least. But might be something. It might just be the weather. Might be anything. Who knows? Maybe I'll go drink some like olive oil or something and lubricate the throat. I'm not gonna do that. That was a joke. But who knows? This is unrelated to anything, but they changed the way that the company like logo pops up. This is new. They didn't have this before. So I had to change it. I don't know how to change it now, but at one point I changed that. It turned it to like some weird blue package, and there was no red colored one, so I didn't take any. So I'm kind of sad. What is average garage productivity? 90 or 49%? Why am people not like doing better? What's going on here? Do I have like an unused garage or something? Oh, I do. Whoops. I must have bought that to like sign out one time and I just forgot to fill it with people. Well, that's embarrassing. I don't need the cutscene to show me my my garage I just bought, thank you very much. Or upgraded, rather. I know what it looks like. Yes, very impressive. I also have a garage in Portland that I've never used either. Weird. I have all this money, and I have not bought any garages. Wait, who the heck's... This is my truck. Nobody better use my truck. I'd be pissed. Can I, like, just buy some Peterbilts? Just want some red Peterbilts. This one. Yeah, just buy... Oh, can I just buy them? Can I buy them like more than one at a time? Nah, not really. Buy a bunch of red Peterbilts. That's what my my company's all about. Just red Peterbilts. You see a red Peterbilt, you'd be like, that's Crimson Shipping or whatever my company name is. I had like almost $2 million to spend, so may as well upgrade all my stuff. All the ones I can. There was another one in... Where was the other one? Oklahoma? Lawton? There it is. Only enough for one more. Shame. Could take out a loan. I'd be able to pay it off instantly. Okay. That's enough, though. Gotta hire some people. I'm literally about to end my stream, but figured I may as well get this all going. Recruitment agency. Hire a driver. Who's got the best stats? You got really good one. You got delicate and also a hazard cert. Marcel, congratulations. Why did I get a noise? Just in time and fuel economy just in time. Oh, you got a hazard cert too. I'll take you. There you go. You got a hazard cert, so I'll hire you. Okay, nobody has any hazard certifications here. These two have one each, but I don't really care about fuel economy. You've got that. You got hazard. Oh, you got hazard and 2 slots. Pretty good. Welcome aboard. Need 3 more drivers. Anybody's got... You got distance. Distance is good. Oh, wow. Holy crap. You got just in time and fragile. Fragile delivery's alright. No, that's not. That's valuable. Valuable delivery. You got certs. I think I'll probably go with... I'll go with Marcus for that valuable cargo. There you go. Oh, you're really good. Dang it, I don't have enough money for another car. Go for it. I'll hire 2 more drivers and then just buy 2 more trucks. I'll take out a loan and buy 2 more trucks. Fragile and valuable cargo. Well, wow, 4. I didn't even notice you. Dang, Carl. Sure said something. Okay. Let's see. Where's my bank manager? I need to take out a giant loan. How do you take out a loan? Services. Bank. There it is. Oh, I didn't realize I still had a loan taken out. Whoops. I didn't need that one. That one's a bit expensive. Okay, let's go ahead and get another truck here. Peterbilt. I don't care. That one, sure. Red. Nobody will be even able to tell which truck's theirs. Just gonna go to the... Go into the garage and just see like a million of the exact same truck. It'll be fine. Okay. What were my other like people? Oh, this is a very colorful assortment of trucks. Yeah, these are all the white Peterbilts, I think. Back when I didn't have very much money. That's Helena. Those are all the red Peterbilts. Lawton's red Peterbilts. Portland's red Peterbilt. Seattle got 1. Hey, you got my old truck there, and I think that's my old truck. These 3 or these 2 are my old trucks, and these 3 are fine. Reno, that's my truck. Yeah. 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 All right. Well, whatever. It's fine. We'll make a ton of money just like letting them do their things. Company profits went down super bad, right there. Yeah, so now that I've filled out all my garage slots, they should go above 49% productivity. I don't know why that was so low. I also don't have a trailer. I don't know how trailers work. Oh, company branding. There's right there. Yeah, see, company branding doesn't have any like real good ones, so I just chose the bear. I don't know how trailers work. Every single time I played this game, I've thought to myself, I don't know what trailers do, but I don't want to figure it out, you know? I really should just, like, look it up and, like, check online what trailers are for. They're probably, like, a really good way to make a lot of money. But I don't know how they work. Like, it's like that meme about, like, I don't know what this is, and I'm too afraid to ask. It's that. That's exactly what's happening. Oh, well. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna head off. Oh, well, thank you for the follow. I'm literally ending my stream, but I appreciate it. Rindris, hi. But, yeah, I'm heading off because I'm tired and sick, I guess. I don't know if I'm sick, but it might be sick. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Day after that, something else. Day after that, something else. Probably. We'll see. Anyway, take care. Have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening. What time it is for you? I'm out of here. Bye-bye.